Arguably the best Fallout game of all time. How does it fare in 2021? Basically 10 plus years later. Let's find out. This is Fallout 3 Game of the Year Edition. What up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. I am your host, Mike Fury, and I make informative videos just like this one. So please hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future content. Starts off in Vault 101, year 2277. You have just been born. Your dad is the first face you see, voiced by a man with a certain set of skills, Liam Neeson. During your birth, some complications occur. You survive, but your mom doesn't, making you and your dad all you guys got in this crazy apocalyptic world. During the prologue, you will watch and do certain tasks as the years pass to determine who you are as an adult. For this is Vault 101. You are born here and you die here, and you never, ever leave the vault. But one day, something happens, and your dad says, "Fuck this shit, I'm out." And you go after him, thus beginning your adventure in the capital Wasteland, where you will make friends, meet interesting people, visit other vaults, slay everything in your path, yes, ladies as well, visit historical locations, all while making some heavy decisions as you look for your father. The story is really good, and what makes a lasting impact are some of the most memorable moments that stand the test of time. Your first behemoth, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Wasteland, it all stays with you forever, like luggage and pancakes. And that's just some of them I can name. There's at least 20 more. The Dunwich building, there's at least 20 more experiences to have in this game that will just stick with you forever. If I really thought about it, I could probably think of a couple more, but that's the greatness, and this is just held in very high regard for me because this game came out in 2008.
Gary! No! Gary! Gary!
Fallout is a post-apocalyptic RPG, so like all other Fallouts, be who you want to be, or be like me and be everybody. Seeing as I completely maxed out my character by the time the credits rolled, you can play the game in first person or third person, whatever your preference is. There is styles of play for everyone and anyone. A silver-tongued pacifist? Be you. Put all your points into speech and barter. That's all you gotta do. Wanna be a pyro samurai? Put all your points into melee weapon and then get the pyromaniac perk. Now, speaking of perks, each time you level up, you will earn a skill points. Now, skill points are based on your intelligence, so do keep in mind the higher your intelligence is, the higher amount of skill points. It's kind of broken system, but hey, I put my bad boy at number 8 from the start of the game, and I had enough skill points to max my character out. Then you also get a perk point. These points will drastically improve your character in certain ways. For example, the cannibal perk. Yes, you can eat your enemies for some much needed health, but at the cost of karma. The Mysterious Stranger perk allows you to summon the Mysterious Stranger, which helps out in VATS. Child at Heart gives you special dialogue choices and also gives you a lot of health. Leveling up in Fallout 3 is fairly easy. All you have to do, honestly, is explore, win in combat, win dialogue checks, hacking, lockpicking, and of course, quest completion. They all give you XP, so by the time you reach level 15, you will be already mowing down everything, not counting Deathclaws. The gameplay is fun, highly entertaining. Every single area has the possibility of holding something special, interesting side quests, interesting main quests, unique weapons to find, dialogue options, special books to improve your skills, other useful items. You can get all of that I just said in just one location if you wanted to. And that's without getting into the dialogue options, to the audio logs, the unmarked quests, the enemy variety, your companions themselves, some great NPCs like Fox and Moira. You get to talk to wannabe vampires, stealing the Declaration of Independence, to fighting in the Lincoln Memorial, selling slaves, to crafting overpowered weapons, all in one session. The amount of variety in Fallout 3 is endless. Looks and sound. Fallout 3 from a visual standpoint is okay. Average looking at best. This is in 2021 I'm talking about here. This was true in 2008. So imagine in 2021. Don't believe it? Go look at 2008's games. Gears of War 2, Metal Gear Solid 4, GTA 4, Dead Space, Far Cry 2, all released that year. But I digress. You could do a lot of unique things and see a lot of unique locations in Fallout 3. The Haunted, I mentioned this earlier, the Haunted Dunwich Building, Tenpenny Tower, all are well preserved and in the middle of freaking nowhere. Megaton, Rivet City, a bunch of historical landmarks, Washington Monument, the Museum of History, the Capitol Building, and many more. But the surroundings are all dog doo-doo. Ugly textures, repeat enemy faces. Like there's legit 3 car types, and even some of the unique weapon variants look exactly like some of the originals. It's average at best, like I said.
They're my party girls. I'm too much man for just one woman, so I need 2. Why should they bother getting dressed when I'm just going to take it off?
Should have stayed in bed today, hero.
Fuck! Oh!
Now let's get into sound. Sound is much better, albeit with some hiccups. You can find some guns that kind of sound a little tinny, if you will, and others that carry much more needed oomph when they're fired. Swords, blade weapons all have this little weird sound, kind of like paper cuts. That's what it reminds me of. You will hear a lot of enemies sound the same, funny, but it gets kind of tiresome the 12th time you do it. NPCs for the most part, and the important story-based NPCs, for example, Gary Clones, Vance, Amada, people like that, they all do a pretty good job in terms of audio. All part of small side quests. They do a pretty good performance. And of course, the standout of everybody in the audio department is your dad, who is voiced by Liam Neeson. But you also have Three Dog, President Henry Eden, Elder Lyons, and our awesome and our favorite narrator, Ron Perlman. The soundtrack is also really good, though Fallout has always had awesome music. So at the end of the day, audio is much better than visual, even though it has some hiccups, but it's great. DLC, 5 pieces in total, some way better than others. So let's talk about them from worst to best. So starting off, Broken Steel, which basically fixes the bad ending for a okay ending, allowing you to actually continue the game as you please. This should have been in the game from the start, and it is by far the worst piece of DLC. Now, Mothership Zeta, besides the cool weapons and the pretty cool ending, it is nothing to scoff at. It is okay at best. The aliens don't speak English, therefore there's no interesting dialogue, and besides maybe 3 locations, it's okay. Okay, it's an alien ship. Whoop-de-doo. Next is Point Lookout, in my opinion, has a very interesting swamp location, cool story and memorable moments, but the looks and the characters themselves leave a lot to be desired. Next is Operation Anchorage, which is awesome. I wasn't feeling it at first because it was basically weird. You're playing a video game inside of a video game, so there's gameception going on, but the visuals are dope and the events are super cool, and also it makes you extremely overpowered by the time you finish the DLC and go back into the real world. And finally, the best and by far the greatest DLC for Fallout 3 is the Pit. Why? 2 reasons. Atmosphere, really cool well, I would say 3 reasons, but atmosphere and choice. There's a choice in that DLC that is just amazing, and it makes it extremely worth it. I love it. The Pit is by far the best one in my opinion. So in total, DLC itself isn't, I wouldn't say it's bad. There's some pretty bad DLC in there, but there's also really good DLC. That top 3, it's really interchangeable. Some people may like Anchorage, some people may like the Pit, and some people may like Point Lookout. But I would put it like that. I would put Point Lookout number 3, Anchorage number 2, and then the Pit at number 1. Bad. In 2021, I still experience glitches, bugs, crashes still occurring this year. Nothing game breaking though, so thank God for that. Yeah, we already talked about dated graphics. Mods do help, but I'm not doing any of that. The gunplay does leave a lot to be desired. It's not as smooth as, let's say, a Fallout 4. And if you're coming from Fallout 4, you're gonna feel all the clunk and jank to this game. It will affect you. In conclusion, Fallout 3, without a shadow of a doubt, is the second best Fallout game ever released, in my personal opinion. It has an amazing location. The capital Wasteland could be interchangeable between New Vegas for me. It is just awesome to explore and uncover its mysteries. Fallout 3 story may not be the best, but its choices and consequence and actual activities will motivate you to do multiple playthroughs. And the role-playing will have you exploring multiple builds. Not only does it have a really good base game, but it also has some pretty great DLC. Which brings me to my final score. My final score for Fallout 3 is a 8 out of 10. Yes, that includes everything. Fallout 3, the Game of the Year edition, is an 8 out of 10, including all the DLC. It is a great game with obvious flaws and probably one of the most unique locations ever in the capital Wasteland. I absolutely love it. So let's answer the 3 questions, shall we? Is it fun? Is it worth it? And is it for you? Is it fun? Yes, role-playing in this capital Wasteland is fun. Exploring the capital Wasteland is just amazing. Like, fam, where else can you go to the Lincoln Memorial and have some fight with some slavers? Like, where else? Is it worth it? From the runtime that could be from 60 to 80 to 100 hours if you just do everything in the game, it is worth your money. This goes on sale on PC a bunch of times, and that's sadly the best place to actually play it. Do keep in mind, if you're gonna play it on PC, please, please, please get the GOG version. Yes, get the GOG version. It comes with the patch that makes it a lot more stable and prevents you from crashing, because if you get it from Steam, it doesn't come with the patch and you might have to install the patch yourself. Do yourself the favor so you can play it as soon as you buy it. Get it on GOG. And finally, is it for you? If you like RPGs, if you like post-apocalyptic adventures, if you like things like Mad Max, this is the game for you. If you like role-playing, this is also a game for you. If you're into more modern shooters like Call of Duty, you might feel a certain type of way about this, but all in all, this is a great game. It is dated, it does have dated like graphics and just certain things to it, but at the end of the day, it's just a great game for everyone to experience. And that is it for today, guys. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. Tell me what's your favorite moment in the Fallout universe down in the description below. If you like this video and you want to see more videos like this, please hit the subscribe button. I make videos out daily, or at least I'm trying to release them daily. And as always, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Links are down in the description below, along with my Patreon. If you want to join the family, do consider supporting me there. And until next time, you guys, it has been a complete pleasure. I'm your host, Mike Fury. Mike, off.